This finally.
What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with Tactical Gaming, bringing you guys another video. This one is tech tone, but of course, this is going to be about Hasan Piker. Now, I saw this in my feed while just scrolling through YouTube, and I was like, oh, looks like I got another video to make. While kind of just relaxing before I get ready to do some more rival stuff. Now, apparently, the Vietnamese government is going after Hasan Piker for his racist comments about the Asian culture and Asian people, especially that Vietnamese lady who, he was saying very, very horrific racial and sexist remarks. But before we fully get into this, make sure you guys go check out Tectone, give him a follow, and then also make sure you guys check out w.gg and use my code TacticalGaming90 for 10% off. Code and all that will be in the comment section down below. Will be the pinned comment. Check them out. Zero sugar, non-jittery energy supplements. No crash. Very interesting flavors. Go check them out. Now let's get into this. This will be quite interesting.
Happening. Hasan Piker's remarks about Vietnamese refugees are deeply offensive and cannot go answered. Those who have chosen to campaign alongside him and anyone on the political left who has remained silent are enabling this kind of rhetoric. They have a responsibility to speak out. What the fuck? Is it time? Are they finally going after him?
For Vietnamese Americans, opposing communism is personal, not political.
Sure.
It is why so many families came to America.
You sure?
Hasan Piker, a far-left commentator with a large platform, was caught on video attacking a Vietnamese refugee.
I thought so.
Telling her to shut up and go back.
And we believe that.
Yep, that was gonna be about this lady.
You, dude. I mean, seriously, you, old lady. Shut the up, you stupid idiotic old lady.
Yep.
With your stupid
shared that video.
Headset. Who is you harder, America or Ho Chi Minh? Suck my old lady, dude. Go
and Twitch lets this dude seriously on their fucking platform.
South
So does
Vietnamese,
YouTube. Twitch and YouTube let this dude on
like
there.
Christian supremacist, psychotic refugee living
Twitch
in
and
America
YouTube
now
let this dude
and
on
able
their
to talk
platform.
Why don't you go back and live in South Vietnam in the same conditions, if that's your perspective? I don't.
He never got banned for that. And I will say, it makes a lot more sense if a refugee escapes from a war-torn country, comes to America, says how great America is, and then addresses the issues of their pre-existing country that they want to love but can't. That makes sense. And that type of behavior is completely fine. Your country did not serve you. You escape it. You go to a new country and fully integrate with that society and talk about how you can fix that other country. That makes sense. So Hasan freaking the fuck out is just because he doesn't want the rhetoric going around that America's good and other countries have problems. Because Hasan Piker is a communist-loving piece of shit.
Usually respond to it.
And once again, I'd like to remind you, Twitch agrees with him, and that's why he never got banned.
Yep.
Internet commentators, but this one matters because many politicians have campaigned with him and are still silent.
Yep.
These comments are
Ilham
not
Omar,
political
Rashida Tlaib.
commentary.
Shout out to this guy for trying to learn English. Doing a pretty rough job, but the subtitles are big. But it's true. I don't know how any of these commentators, specifically political commentators, are going to campaign alongside Hasan Piker, a man who is trying to destroy the very fabric of what makes America great and praises other countries for communist behavior. And people are going to campaign alongside him and try not to get any of that flack. I'm sorry. That's just not how that works in the political space.
Nope.
Because if you're campaigning alongside someone, most likely means that you agree with all of their points. And if you don't, it should probably be addressed, and they're not doing that.
Exactly.
Rick Scott finally said something, but how long did it take that retard to take note of Hasan telling people to kill him? Yeah, like the fact that Senator Rick Scott, Hasan Piker called for the death of him because he disagreed with his policies is fucking psychotic behavior.
They are deeply
The fact that he wasn't banned for that is just insane. The fact that he's still on YouTube and Twitch, able to upload and stream on a regular basis, is crazy.
Offensive to people who fled communism and risked everything for freedom.
And keep in mind, this clip is very apropos. I don't have any sort of patriotism in my heart for America while Hasan Piker's in China. I want to remind you that the Chinese officials went up to him unprovoked, without a warrant, took his phone and scanned through it for the off chance that Hasan Piker might have a meme of their dictator.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. If that happened to him in America, Hasan Piker would be freaking the out, calling for the death of the president. When it happened in China, he praised their behavior for doing it because you know what? He had it coming. Those are his own words. Because the reason why that is because Hasan Piker is not a real entity. He is completely bought out. He does not preach anything he believes in. All of his viewpoints are paid for. And everybody knows this. Hasan is the embodiment of paid Chinese propaganda.
She was not being attacked despite her
is.
story. She was being attacked because of it. Attacked for speaking out against communism.
Right.
Vietnamese refugee.
And don't get me wrong. This is another thing where brain dead people support communism because communism is something that children and retards support because in essence it sounds like it makes sense. Everybody of the country gets the same thing no matter what. No matter how hard you work, no matter how easy you work, you will get the same thing as everybody else no matter what. That way life is fair. But the problem is that viewpoint completely ignores the fact of bad actors and corruption. And China is a horribly corrupt country where a lot of the people up top will take advantage of that. Everybody gets the same except for those in charge. And that's why it is something that'll never work. A meritocracy is what we should be fighting for, which is the value and the amount of yield you will bring will be based off of what you can provide for that country. How hard you work will be rewarded, and that's what people should be wanting to exist in.
Let a regime that imprisoned people in re-education camp took away.
Now, I will say, I don't believe that billionaires and trillionaires should be allowed to exist. I think at a certain point, you should be capped. I think the uncapped finances in society causes a lot of issues. It really doesn't make sense for someone to be able to make billions upon billions of dollars. That's just my opinion.
Property and freedom and folks' family to risk their life, escaping by boat in places like Westminster and Ross on.
I just don't know how to balance it. You know what I'm saying?
County. That history is still very.
But once again, and that's a very fair point, how and who controls the cap? Exactly. 100%. It's an issue that I do have a problem with where I don't believe anybody should be allowed. Like let's be real, guys. It's kind of strange how Elon's about to become the first trillionaire. That's a little bit off-putting. But there's not really any just system to be able to determine what that cap is. So it's kind of a problem that's going to be able to go unaddressed because I can't think of the solution. And I'm going to forfeit that point because I don't know how to balance that. I truly don't. I wouldn't know how to balance that.
Real. So when someone mocks Vietnamese refugees, they are mocking our community sacrifice. If a conservative influencer said this, there would be national outrage.
And I'm glad that this guy is pointing out how if someone on the right said this, people would be freaking the fuck out. Right. But just because he's on the left, he gets away with it because the left is as mentally deranged as Hasan Piker.
And call for cancellation immediately. But when it comes from a far left,
exactly,
silent as excuses.
True.
Yep.
There should not be one standard for the left and another for everyone else.
Very basic.
Racism is so wrong. No matter who says, Vietnamese Americans did not come here to be told to go back. They came here because Americans stood for freedom. Yep. And if you cannot stand up for Vietnamese refugee when they are attacked, then
I have no issues with migrants who come here legally who are seeking to make this country better. I only have an issue with immigrants who come here to make the state of America worse and bitch and complain and take advantage of all of the practices that are put in place to allow these people to get away without working nearly as hard by being able to avoid taxes, I think it's complete bullshit. I do. And these people who come here should also realize they have less of a say in this world and what goes on in America rather than the legally born here Americans. That's just how it's going to work, right? And I'm sorry, if you don't have an ID, you should not be allowed to vote, obviously.
You do not
Yeah, welfare parasites should not be allowed, obviously.
get to claim that you stand for diversity or inclusion. Respect for refugee of communism is not optional. It is part of what makes America worth protecting.
Yep.
Very true. I'm actually curious who this guy is. I'm assuming he's...
And it's crazy that someone who wasn't even born here can actually believe and feel that way compared to people born here, which is a sad fact. Good to see, though. Good to fucking see. Love to see it. Need more of that here.
Somebody important. Don't forget when he told him to suck his dick repeatedly, deport Hasan Parker to China. The first generation of Vietnamese refugees who settled in the U.S. have largely not done a good job in educating their children and grandchildren about being victims of communism. Far too many romanticize communism because our whole schools fails to teach the harm, the crimes, and inhumanity has produced. True. As a California legislator, you have a unique responsibility to confront how education system is leaving our youth in ignorance. No, it isn't. I mean, there's a huge, huge joke of an education system that we have here in America. It's not good, obviously.
Nope. It is not. It really is not. But that's it for the video. That's going to be very interesting if, like, anything comes of this. And it's honestly getting more prevalent. More and more people in the government sphere and in the news sphere are talking about Hasan. Not just slop tubers now. So it's kind of funny to see. Very funny to see. Hopefully you all enjoyed that. Make sure you guys go check out Tectone and go check out w.gg and use my code TacticalGaming90. Hopefully you all enjoyed this one. Catch me for the next one. Later, guys.